Every day you walk into a room and try to prove yourself, you are paying a price most people never calculate. You lose ground, silently, invisibly. And the worst part? The people taking that ground from you aren't saying a single word to do it. There's a specific set of physical signals. Researchers at Princeton identified them in under 100 milliseconds that determine whether you're seen as high status or low status before your mouth ever opens. 100 milliseconds. That's faster than a blink. And right now, your body is either working for you or working against you in every room you enter. You don't know which one. That's the problem. The most powerful people in any room never compete for attention. They don't have to. Their body does it automatically. By the end of this video, you'll know. Here's what everyone tells you. Stand tall, make eye contact, firm handshake, speak slowly. You've heard it 1,000 times. Every self-help book, every LinkedIn post, every TED Talk about confidence hammers the same checklist. And on the surface, it sounds reasonable, right? Posture equals power. Big gestures equal dominance. Take up space. Own the room. There's even a viral 2012 Harvard study, you've probably seen it, that claimed holding a power pose for 2 minutes literally changed your hormone levels and made you more dominant. Amy Cuddy, Wonder Woman stance. Hands on hips, billions of views, millions of believers. The message was simple. Fake the body language and you'll become powerful. Perform the right gestures and the world will bow. That's the myth. That dominance is a performance. That status is something you display loudly and physically, like a peacock fanning its feathers. And almost everyone believes it. And look, it's not stupid to believe it. There's real science underneath it. Dominant animals do display. Silverback gorillas beat their chests. Male peacocks spread massive tail feathers. Alpha wolves hold their tails high. There are genuine biological roots to visible status signaling. And in humans, research from the University of British Columbia confirmed that expansive postures do get coded as higher status by observers. So the advice isn't completely wrong, it's just dangerously incomplete. People also believe it because it feels actionable. You're nervous before a big meeting? Do the power pose? Feel like you're not being taken seriously? Speak more slowly. It gives you something to do with the anxiety. And when you do it and things go slightly better, because your confidence nudged up by 2%, you attribute the win to the gesture. Confirmation bias does the rest. The checklist gets reinforced. The myth deepens. And nobody questions it because on the surface it appears to work. Appears being the key word. Here's where it falls apart. Think about the most powerful person you personally know. Not on TV, someone real in your actual life. Now think about how they carry themselves. Are they striking power poses in the corner? Are they loudly commanding the room, puffing their chest, scanning for eye contact dominance battles? Probably not. In fact, the truly high-status people you know are probably doing something that looks almost like the opposite. They're relaxed when others are tense. They speak and others go quiet, not because they're loud, but because something about them signals that what they say matters. They don't react to every social provocation. They don't need to. And here's the crack that breaks the whole myth open. A 2016 replication study in psychological science, the same field that made Amy Cuddy famous, failed to reproduce her hormone results. The power pose didn't change testosterone or cortisol levels in the replication. The performance of dominance wasn't doing what everyone thought it was doing. So if the pose isn't the power, what is? Researchers at UC Berkeley studying social hierarchies found something counterintuitive. High-status individuals don't try to appear dominant. They don't need to. Their bodies show what psychologists call relaxed readiness. Low muscle tension, unhurried movement, minimal reactive micro-expressions when challenged. Meanwhile, low-status individuals show the opposite, what's called hypervigilant signaling. Rapid eye scanning, mirroring others constantly. Laughing slightly too fast at jokes, filling silence with nervous words, flinching at sudden sounds. Your nervous system is broadcasting your status in real time whether you want it to or not. And here's the kicker that most people miss completely. A 2019 study in the journal Psychological Science found that observers could accurately judge social class, which correlates heavily with status, from just 60 seconds of silent video footage. No words, no context. Just body behavior, 60 seconds. The signals are that readable. And they're that constant. The question isn't whether you're sending them. You are. The question is what they're saying. Real status isn't performed, it's regulated. The difference between someone who commands a room and someone who desperately wants to is almost entirely internal, and your body leaks that internal state with brutal accuracy. High-status body language isn't a list of poses. It's the physical output of someone who genuinely doesn't need external validation to feel okay. That's what makes it undetectable as a performance. You can't fake it convincingly for long because your autonomic nervous system runs faster than your conscious mind. The nervous laugh, the quick look away when challenged, the slight forward lean when someone important enters the room. These happen before thought. Real status signals show up as asymmetric posture when seated, meaning one arm draped rather than both hands gripped together. Delayed response to stimuli. You don't snap your head toward loud noises. Holding ground physically without tensing. Standing still without the micro shuffles that signal anxiety. Taking up time, not just space. Speaking at your pace, not rushing to fill silence. And the most powerful signal of all, genuine, unhurried attention toward whoever is speaking. Not scanning the room, not checking your phone. Full, calm, present focus. That reads as high status universally across cultures because it signals you have no threat to monitor. You're safe, you're in control, and people feel that without knowing why. So what does this actually mean for your life right now? It means the problem was never your posture. It was never your handshake or whether you smiled at the right moment. The problem is that your body is leaking anxiety you probably don't even know you feel. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Most of the status-related anxiety you carry wasn't yours originally. Research in developmental psychology shows status hierarchies get imprinted early by family dynamics, school social structures, early workplace experiences. You learned your place in rooms a long time ago, and your nervous system has been running that old program ever since. The good news? That program can be rewritten, not with poses, not with a checklist, with deliberate nervous system regulation combined with social pattern awareness. Which means you need to understand the game at a deeper level first. And this is exactly where I'd point you to two books that changed how I personally read rooms. The first is The Status Game by Will Storr. It's the most clear-eyed breakdown of how status hierarchies actually function in human groups and why we're all more vulnerable to them than we think. The second is Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss, former FBI hostage negotiator who breaks down exactly how to project calm authority under extreme pressure. Read either one and you'll never walk into a room the same way again. Links are in the description. Here's your one concrete action step for this week. It's simple, it's uncomfortable, and it will show you exactly where your status signals are breaking down. For the next 7 days, record yourself on your phone camera for exactly 3 minutes before any important social interaction. A meeting, a date, a negotiation, a difficult conversation. Watch it back with the sound off. Just the body. Look for 3 specific things. Are your hands gripped together or relaxed? Are your eyes scanning or steady? And are your movements deliberate, or do you have small, anxious micro-motions? Foot tapping, weight shifting, jaw tension. You are going to see things that will surprise you, things your conscious mind never registered because you were too busy thinking about what to say. This is the data you need. Once you see it, you can change it. Not by performing differently on camera, by understanding what internal state is driving those signals and working on that state directly. The body never lies. Start listening to what yours is saying. If this shifted something for you, if you've been walking into rooms and wondering why you're not being read the way you want to be read, hit subscribe. Because this channel is dedicated to giving you the real science behind social dynamics, not the recycled self-help checklist you've already heard. Drop a comment below telling me the one room in your life where you most want to command more presence. I read every single one, and share this with one person in your life who you think is leaking status signals without knowing it. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do for someone is hand them the mirror. The links to The Status Game and Never Split the Difference are in the description below. Both are genuinely worth your time. Stay sharp. Disclaimer. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Nothing constitutes professional advice of any kind.